government gives out loan yearly to farmers, yet there is nothing to write home about farming as an entity, as an individual in the government sector. Phyna, what do you think can be done when it comes to this particular issue in agriculture?
Um, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes, we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
All right. So first, not having the whole agriculture thing straight is we are not focusing on agriculture by ourselves. So the government are trying. Do you know if we have more focus on agriculture, it the government won't just be giving us just fertilizer. They'll be giving us um a lot more than fertilizers. And about the Bank of Agriculture that gives loans to farmers and well, I have not seen or heard an individual that has gotten a successful loan from Bank of Agriculture, honestly. I think I've had it like two scenarios whereby I had people that needed to get loan from the bank, but yeah, they went through like lots of stress and stress and stress and stress. I think they didn't even get it still. So I understand the fact that more of these things are like getting to some Nigerians that really have passion for farming. But then because of the whole cost, because let's be sincere, the higher scale of agriculture still needs money. Because if you are doing it in a busy area, you have to like pay attention to it in terms of treating the soil, the crops, fertilizers, and all that. And now getting support from the government with maybe fertilizer as and other farm products that you will need for your produce, the you not getting access to them is really deranging. And now check of these ones that now get their land in remote areas like in villages and all that, and that will now bring us to transportation. Transporting this produce from that far place because you're trying to get the land to where you can now industrialize it, either processing or selling the product or exporting. You have to now spend outrageous money because of transportation and a lot of stress you go through on the road. So I feel uh, I feel Nigerians will do better if the government really like pay attention to those that have passion for it. In doing this, trust me, we will have something to export out of Nigeria that will say, okay, this is coming from Nigeria, we're giving it out to other countries, and you know. So I feel it's it's the government we need. They are the one we really need. A lot of people have passions for these things.
Just to buttress Fina's point, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello. Yeah. So just to buttress Fina's point, agriculture a way to alleviate poverty in Nigeria. Like you said, is more than just growing crops.
Yeah.
I'm just going to talk about briefly my time in Niger State. Niger State is a state that is predominantly filled with arable lands. So most of the people there are farmers. And I saw firsthand the kind of loss that farmers encounter. So that is why it looks like there are so many farmers, but the poverty rate is still as at, I think Thursday, it was 133 million. So even though there are so many farmers, the loss is incredible. These guys will farm their tomatoes, their vegetables, their crops, onions, everything. First, they will have to wait for like trucks to take them to the main markets. And if they don't sell these things within a day, because they have no way to preserve some of these, because they farm in like in hectares. So the money they even make from it is not even as much as the produce, because they produce so much. You know how agriculture is. One seed can give you 50 fruits, right? And then at the end of the day, they're only able to make, let me say, jointly 1 million naira, 2 million naira, and then the sun has gone down. Everybody has left the market. How would they transport all of these onions, tomatoes, watermelon, everything back to the so farming is a very expensive business, especially if you're doing it in large scale, because aside from you making your money, you're also going to make so much loss because of, lack of transportation, poor processing industries, like we have so many sachet tomatoes and all of that, but how many people patronize local farmers? We still import these things. Meanwhile, there are so many tomatoes going to waste in the northern part of Nigeria. I saw it like firsthand because I had to do like a research and project there, and it was very sad to see farmers, putting out all their all for 3 months, 4 months, and then when they tell you or they show you the cash they've made, it's not really that much. But you can see the rotten tomatoes. Nobody's gonna buy it. you know, in the case whereby, especially for seasonal foods, you know, how can we make these foods available all year round so there won't be scarcity, there won't be issues of, tomatoes are not expensive because maybe the season has gone or this one is expensive. How can the government really help to ensure that there is a continuous chain? Transport is there, processing is there, and farmers are able to really make money because there's money in agriculture, but so many things are really hindering it. And most of these things cannot be done by individuals because individual is just one person, just you and I listening. We need that government will to really, really, really help Nigerians, utilize the arable land that we have so that agriculture as it is can actually reduce or minimize poverty. Without that, we would just still have, people farming, 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 but people still being poor and agriculture still being reduced to the little you can get and all of that. So yeah, the government really needs to do something about it. So that was just like my answer to someone who said, why we have so many farmers, but people are still poor.
Please, Martha, can I talk?
Okay, thank you so much. I think Mirabelle's hands was up first. So Mirabelle, please go ahead. Mirabelle, are you here?
Co-host, sorry,
If
co-host, is
Mirabelle is
Phyna on
not
this
around,
space? She's silent.
I
Phyna is
am
having
here. I am
network
here.
issues. Okay, she's there.
I am here.
Okay,
Martha,
so
can I
Jojo.
talk?
Yes, you
Okay.
can talk.
Let me say something. Sorry, it's from my network. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. You know I don't like dog plays. P Nation, hello.
Hello.
So, concerning farming stuff, I'm going to counter one saying that said government needs to be involved for you to farm. No, see locally in your place, like I'm from Imo State. Locally, you can farm, you can be an agric farmer. You can be going to your various works and still be a farmer. Like if you're a poultry, if you want to do poultry, maybe your fishery ponds, stuffs like that. You can sell it locally to your local markets. You might not be necessarily like international level. You can as well do it locally. You after reeling, you sell to your local markets, your neighbors, like stuffs like that.